kids and phone the neighbors. Here we are again with another nightly draw. How the heck you doing? John Lotshaw at the Worldwide Broadcast Operations Center here at stately Lotshaw Manor. How you doing? I hope you're doing well. This is the nightly draw for for July 27th, 2017, and actually managed to hit the right buttons this time, which is the amazing thing. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. See, we're starting to get folks showing up there, and you know, I don't know what's going on with the audio. This is part of got an announcement to make. You know, in the little YouTube thing, I said, "Is this the last nightly draw?" This is the last nightly draw. Next week, I'm going to drop it back to 2 nights a week, and I'll tell you why. And the reason why this is the last nightly draw is because, well, we can't call it nightly draw if we don't do it every night. We don't do it every night, actually, but it'll have a new name. I don't know what yet. I'm mulling a couple of ideas, but I'll know by Tuesday. I better know by Tuesday. But yeah, this really takes a lot out of me. It really does. I was really surprised at how much it was gonna do. So anyway, that's that. So next week, we will do it next week, next Tuesday. But it'll be called something else. And another reason why tomorrow I am traveling. Well, actually, I was supposed to travel, but that kind of got put off because of weather. But I just postponed the trip, and I'm going to be doing that. Be gone Monday. So you know, might as well just go ahead and shift to a new format then. So yeah. So this is the final nightly draw, and we'll reboot next week. But I honestly, I really was surprised by how much this takes out of me to the point where it's just I'm physically exhausted, and it's just coming on once for an hour and a half a night. I see why Johnny Carson wanted his cut back to 4 nights a week. I really do, because that is a lot. That is a lot of stuff, and he wasn't having to prep all of his own stuff too, or make up his opening monologue, which I'm doing as I go. But anyway, so there that is. That's the big announcement. So good night. See you later. No. I'm gonna draw here in a little bit. Anyway, that's pretty much what I was having to say there, because I just need to let y'all know. So now that that's done, let's I don't even know what I'm going to draw tonight, because again, you know, it is just taken so much out of me. I just haven't even really been able to prep. I think I'm going to draw. I may work on the strip. I actually work on the strip tonight. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. If I can find that pad. Oh, there it is. Okay, there it is. We've got I've got a pad here with a page from the strip, and it needs backdrops. So I think that's what I'm going to be inking tonight, even though there's a huge blotch of ink right there. It's got to be fixed in Photoshop. Okay, so that's what we're going to do tonight. That's what we'll do tonight. So anyway, how y'all doing? Hope you're doing well. Those of you watching live, you get to see me ramble again. What else is new? Oh, by the way, there's a new speed draw up. If you haven't seen it yet, there's a new speed draw. Kind of covers the same material as before, but it's repetition is reinforcement, so you'll learn a little bit about what I do and how I do it. I'm going to do one when I get back on doing some on. There's an animation program that I like to use called Moho. Moho is a vector animation program. It was an alternative to Flash back in the day. And what was nice about it was that it did skeletal animation, which meant that I could build a character and I could rig it with a skeleton like I would do in a 3D animation program. There's a digital skeleton inside the character that is used to deform the characters to move the arms and legs. You could do inverse kinematics and things like that. And those are all terms that are more appropriate to a show that I do with where I'm actually doing the animation as opposed to just talking about it here, because then I would have to explain it. And my nose is running. I hate it when that happens, and I don't have anything to blow my nose with. I hate that. Anyway, so I'm going to do some animation, and I might do go in and do some with Moho, coming from over in Studio B. But I just need to do I'll do an animation one over there, and and I may do some about the post production about the. Hold on a second. Hold on. Missed it by that much. Stupid flies. I don't know why I get so many flies in here. They're coming. The dogs are bringing them in, but I don't know where they're coming from. Anyway. So okay. So as I said, Nightly Draw is gonna be morphing into something else. The new URL. There will be a new URL for that because because the current URL shortener, this one down here. If I change the name of the show, that's not going to be that good of a reminder. So once I know what I'm going to call it, I will change that up and we'll announce it on the next show. And I announce it beforehand too. So you can kind of forget that one. There is a new URL that you do need to remember, and that is this one, which I finally fixed the graphic for. But that's going to be where you can buy stuff. Oh, buying stuff. You know what that means? Yes, that's right. It's the shameless commerce, shameless capitalism part of the show. Let me bounce right through this as quickly as I can. Patreon.com, very important. That's where all the magic and where all the love is. In fact, the page that I'm going to be finishing up tonight will be appearing on Patreon.com very soon for patrons only. $5 a month or more. That's where it starts. You can see original new pages of Accidental Centaurs and the current story, 7 Centauri, going up there and going up there first and exclusively until the series is done. Or the story is done. $30 a month gets you into the NSFW Friday Club, and there is one up there with Mega Sam this week. I'm not 100% happy with it because the colors didn't turn out exactly the way I wanted, because I don't have the right shades in the Copic, so it means a trip to Blick or Jerry's Artorama is in my future, because I want to do more with Mega Sam. But anyway, like I said, patrons, I love my patrons, and here's the favorite people in the whole world. Well, no, I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to do it this way. Here we go. There we go. There's the patron list. These are my favorite people in the whole wide world, because they are the patrons, and without them, without their support, I couldn't do this. So if you would like to be one of my favorite people, and you do want to be one of my favorite people, jump over to over there. $5 a month. I mean, that's a cup of coffee at Starbucks. It's 5 cups of coffee anywhere else a month, and you can get to see original comics, original content going up, and that's another reason why I'm kind of scaling this back, is because this again just takes so much out of me that I just have not had time to devote to the main reason that we're here, as I should, and I apologize for that. But anyway, that's where that is. The information on the new, actually, I wanted this one. There we go. Information on the new show will be here at facebook.com/Accidental Centaurs. That is the Facebook page. Follow that, and you will never be without all the information possible about Accidental Centaurs and what's going on with the strip and with me. Not that's that important, but the strip anyway. You'll be able to keep track of when the show is being done, etc., etc. So that information will be there, facebook.com/Accidental Centaurs. Now it's time for the Etsy shop. The Etsy shop, excuse me. The Etsy shop is there, and we are. There's a lot of original art available there, as well as commissions. Hint, hint, subtle hint. I do take commissions, and you can order them through Etsy.com/shop/Accidental Centaurs, and then there's of course there's the books. There's Volume 2 and Volume 1, of course. If I hit the buttons in the right order, then they would come up in the right order. But Volume 1, Volume 2 of Accidental Centaurs, full color compilations. These are available at Lulu, lulu.com/JPL1, and then there's also the Naughty Bits books, which are 3 volumes of those, and those are available at lulu.com/naughtybits. These are all full color compilations, and they're really nicely printed, nicely done. And Attack of the Naughty Bits has got that really nice Ian Sampson piece that I had him do for me. That came out so fantastic. I'm so happy with that. Dragon Con. I will be at Dragon Con, and I will be there at Dragon Con September 1st through 4th. We'll be with Bill Holbrook and Tom Heintis, and actually probably be shooting some stuff there while I'm at it. Take advantage of that opportunity. It's going to be a fun con. I mean, there's a lot of great people going to be there. It looks like they're doing a big thing for Star Trek The Next Generation, because there are a lot of Next Generation. Just about everybody from Next Generation is coming in. I haven't heard about Patrick Stewart yet. But he's been known to show up for Dragon Con. But everybody else is coming on. I saw that Jonathan Frakes is going to be there, Marina Sirtis, Brent Spiner, Gates McFadden. I haven't seen if Will Wheaton's coming. Wesley was annoying. Will Wheaton's pretty cool. But no John Delancey either. That's a shame. But yeah, 30th anniversary, Star Trek The Next Generation. Can't believe that. I'm feeling old. But yeah, that's going to be September 1st through 4th, and we will be at the America's Mart, Building 3, and it will look kind of like that. It is, I mean, and that's just one of the hotels at Dragon Con. That's just a small portion of Dragon Con. There are a lot of people that come there, but it's a lot of fun. And if you love costumes, if you love cosplay, that's the show to go to. That is a big cosplay show. But also, in terms of selling things, there is the shop, which I'm still working on getting up and running the way that I want it. Shop.accidentalcentaurs.com. You'll be able to buy all of the comic books in digital and printed form, as well as everything else. There'll be links there for all, especially all the digital product. That will be hopefully finishing up here soon. Get that ready to go. All right, so that's that kind of wraps up the. Oh, one more shameless capitalism thing. I keep forgetting. Hey, I got a tip jar here. If you like what you're seeing, a few shekels wouldn't hurt. Hint, hint. Just saying. So anyway, so there that is. All right, so now I'm going to ink. I'm going to ink tonight. And here's what I'm going to ink. I'm going to finish inking this. There's background stuff that needs to be done on this page, and there's one more panel that needs to be done on this page. And I'm going to try and do this without, I need to move my computer. And that's another reason why I'm kind of shifting this to 2 nights a week, is that having to, because I use this computer, this laptop computer for other things, and having to break it down and set it up, and break it down, set it up, break it down, set it up. I don't. USB connectors, I just don't think they really have the life that they, because they're rated for a certain number of insertions, and while I'm sure Apple used very high quality components, I just sliding, moving those things in and out all the time. I just, I don't know, it is a big hassle to set it up and then hope, please, I hope that it, that we get it, that the stream is going to work right this time, that the microphones are going to work. It's just, I wanted to have a computer where I could just set it up and leave it and just let it, a permanent installation. And that computer was the original one, and it just wasn't powerful enough to do this, and only the laptop was. So okay, you know what? We want to do the show. Let's use the laptop. So, but the laptop's got to sit here on the desktop, on the tabletop, and that takes up a huge. I mean, it takes up a good 20% at least of the tabletop space. And it's just it's sitting right in a point where, because of being right-handed and I have to tilt this a certain way where it's got to sit, it's just inconvenient, and it makes it difficult to position this paper wherever I need it to. Like right there, that's the maximum I can move it up, because of where the computer is sitting. Yeah, I know, first world problems, I know, but still, it's just one of those little annoyances. Anyway, that's not why you tuned in. You didn't tune in to hear me whine and moan. You tuned in to watch me make a mess of this page. So let's get started on making a mess of this page. All right. Take my glasses off. If I don't remember where my glasses are, and I ask where my glasses are, they're over there. All right, I'm trying to find which pen I want to use, which nib I want to use. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Okay, all right. I think I'm gonna use this one. I'm gonna use this one right here. It's a Speedball 512 for those of you keeping score at home. And here we go. Okay. Wow, he's actually drawing on the nightly draw. That's amazing.
Now you may notice that when I'm drinking, as I'm making these lines, I tend to go from left to right rather than right to left, and there's actually a reason for that. The reason has to do with the shape of the nib and the flow of the ink. If I pull this way, then it's causing the two halves of the nib, because there's a well, you really can't see it very well in there, but because it's covered with ink. But the nib actually has a slit right down the middle from that little circle down to the tip. And if I go left to right, then that pushes this edge of the nib into the leading edge of the leading half into the trailing half, and that enables me to control the ink a little better. If I go the other way like this, then it actually pulls the trailing edge, which is the same one. Now is the trailing edge, pulls them apart, and I can't control the ink flow as well. And that really doesn't affect that much on straight lines as it does when I do a curve. Right there, it started to bind up because I was going the wrong direction. Yeah, Running Gags, one of my favorite strips that I ever did was for a strip that I've been working on for years, trying to develop, called Somewhere Road. And the strip has the characters running by, coughing their head off and gasping for air. It was a running gag, running by, cough, cough. Okay, that's all the main characters for that. So we need to let that dry for just a little bit. Now, there's my glasses. Okay, while that's drying, because I want that to dry so I don't smudge it. I'm going to switch pens. I'll be going with this pen as opposed to the one that I had before. Show you the two pens. This is the one that I was using earlier, and then the bottom pen is the one that I'm going to be going to. And the reason why I'm going to switch pens is for line weight, because I don't want the backgrounds to have as heavy a line as the foreground does. So because it's background, and so anyways, I'm going to swap the pens out in just a moment. So there we are. That, and my nose is still running, and I have no paper towels over here. Yikes. So anyway, there we are. There's that. Okay. I think I need to. I just realized there's a mistake right there on that, in that panel. Oh well, I'll fix it in post. That's what post is for. Okay, let's see. Let me do a little test here. Okay, yeah, that's dry. All right. So now I'm going to use my thinner pen. And look, Mark. Look. I've got a gap right here. Look, and I'm gonna eliminate that gap. Doesn't that make you happy? Mark, back in the classic strip, suffered through coloring for me. And I still am very bad about not completing the segments. And there's that fly. Oh, it's just off camera. Shoot, fly. All right. Well, let's go up here and start working on this panel up here. Yeah. So Mark had to suffer through my incomplete characters. Bless his heart, as we would say down here in the South. Also, I was talking about earlier about the pen and having to draw a certain direction because of the ink flow. This pen is even more susceptible to that because it seems to be sharper. The nib is sharper, and it grabs into the paper. It really, I really feel with this pen more than any of the others, the texture of the paper itself. Which is part of the reason why I don't do the strip digitally, and because I like that feel of the paper. As much as I love the Cintiq, it feels like I'm drawing with a Bic pen on a piece of glass, which is basically what I'm doing. If anybody has any questions, feel free to chime in and get me good and distracted. Not like that's never happened before. Oh, speaking of things to distract me, one of the things that I usually draw in the background here, when I do a mountainous kind of a desert-like terrain, is that one of the hills in the background will usually end up kind of looking like Devil's Tower, and that's of course that's a reference to one of my favorite, my second favorite, but only just barely second favorite Steven Spielberg movie. My favorite Steven Spielberg movie is Raiders of the Lost Ark. My second favorite, but just barely, I mean, Raiders just barely beats it out, is Close Encounters. I love Close Encounters. I love that movie. I remember seeing it. I was 12. No, it came out. When did it come out? Was it 77? Late 77 that it came out, wasn't it? Am I got my dates right? It was very close. It was either late 77 or early 78, and yeah, late 77. I'm inking, so I'm not going to go over to Wikipedia and look it up. If somebody wants to go and look it up and make sure that I've got my dates right. But I was just mesmerized by this film. And it literally blew me away. I mean, I was just floored by that movie. And that's and yes, James asks, isn't Close Encounters being reissued for theaters? Yes, that's why I bring it up. Because they did a digital restoration of it. Hopefully they took out all the scenes inside the spaceship. God, even Steven Spielberg has said that was a mistake. He never should have agreed. It was always better to imagine what was in what Roy Neary saw inside the spaceship instead of trying to actually show it. And but yeah, it has been digitally remastered. It's going to be out September 1st, and it's going to be have a run in theaters for its 40th anniversary. Well, okay, yeah, it would be 1977 because it's the 40th anniversary, so it would be 1977. That's right. Of course, 40th anniversary, 2017. Yeah. Yeah, John, just do a little math for once. But yeah, I love that movie. I just love that movie. I really do. Well, there's some stuff that's going to have to be fixed in Photoshop. These pages are going to have extensive Photoshop work in them anyway because of the gag with Sam here. because I forgot what she said. She said something that, about it being hot and wanting some water. So Lenny turns on a little private rain shower for her, and she's the only. And throughout this whole sequence, the rest of this scene, she's got rain on her. But yeah, Close Encounters was just. That was one of the two films. Star Wars was the other one that really made me think, you know what? I want to make movies. I want to make movies. I want to go into television. I want to do all of that stuff. And I was just obsessed with that as a kid. And never really lost that obsession because, I went to college and I studied radio, TV, film, television production, film production. Which may be part of the reason why I'm getting, I was just getting a little burned out on nightly draws, because I just have to overproduce everything. Yeah, they did that. They had on the Blu-ray. James has said that he only understands the Blu-ray, and it's going to be a 4K Blu-ray too. Gives you the option of your endings. There's the original ending from the 1977 release. There's the special edition where he goes into the spaceship and you see everything. And then there's the third ending, which is Spielberg's preferred ending, which is a little bit of both. It gives a little bit more. It's not so much what happens afterwards, but it gives a little more backstory on what the Project Mayflower, which is the project that Francois Truffaut plays the head of, and just a little more in depth, and I think that it's more of a director's cut, and I actually like that ending. I actually like that ending to the movie. There was a funny story I heard about that Steven Spielberg was telling about making the movie. For those of you who aren't familiar with who that French guy was, that French guy was Francois Truffaut, who was one of the great film. Well, actually, he was a film critic before he became a filmmaker. And he was one of the leaders of what was known as the French New Wave, which was the auteur movement that inspired people like Steven Spielberg, and kind of led to the very director-centric films in the 70s. People like Spielberg, people like Francis Ford Coppola, Michael Cimino, Marty Scorsese, George Lucas. That was the heyday of the director. It really was the 70s. But Truffaut and the French New Wave kind of they created this the movement, the auteur movement, where the director was seen as the artist, as the primary artistic motivating force for the film. This was the only, and the only English film he was directed. He was known for a lot of films, all French, of course. Shoot the Piano Player. Oh man, I'm drawing a blank on the name of all. That's the only one I can come up with right now. Au revoir les enfants. There's just a lot of them, and I can't remember them all because they're all French, and I don't speak French. But he did one English film, one English language film, and that is unfortunately getting remade, like everything else. And that's Fahrenheit 451, with Oscar Werner and Julie Christie. The adaptation of the classic, immortal Ray Bradbury novel. Ray Bradbury, I hate to say, he just never really got a good translation to film, and because it's so hard, it really is hard. He was such a poet. He had such a way with words that it just did not translate to the cinema very well. I mean, I felt like punishing myself the other day, so I looked up the miniseries of Martian Chronicles on YouTube. Don't do that. Just don't do that. Don't do that yourself. Well, and don't forget Animaniacs. Spielberg went on to do Animaniacs as well. But my favorite Steven Spielberg film, and it's on Netflix now, so I was watching it the other night, is Raiders of the Lost Ark. I just love that movie. That movie makes me happy. There are very few, movies make me happy, but none just fill me with glee and make me feel like a 10-year-old or a 12-year-old or a 13-year-old like I was. Star Wars does it. Wrath of Khan does it. Raiders of the Lost Ark definitely does it. All I got to do is, I just hear that the Raiders march, that fanfare, and I get emotional. My eyes are watering up, and I feel like I'm 12 years old again. Okay, look, there it is. There's the Devil's Tower. This means something. This is important. And of course, Spielberg produced another one of my all-time favorite movies, one that I reference a lot, and that's Back to the Future. Okay, that took a lot less time than I thought it was going to. Yeah, that's planning, isn't it? Okay. Oh, you know what? I need to put some more. Where's my cleaning tools? Oh, great! Now I've lost my bottle of ammonia. Oh, that's brilliant. How do you lose a whole bottle of ammonia? All right, I had a refill bottle. I'm gonna have to take it out of this bottle instead. Which doesn't matter because I'm going grocery shopping tomorrow anyway. So, but this stuff, it's just plain old window cleaner. It's just plain old glass cleaner with ammonia. It's the water and a little food dye. and it just eats up India ink. It breaks down the binder, the glue. So let those soak in there. Okay, that's good. Good. There's a page. Only took me 21 days to finish that. Oh, brother. Oh, boy. All right. So, there's only two of us watching. Yeah, at this point, if there's only two of us watching, you know what? We might as well just go ahead and say goodnight, because if there's just two, I'm not gonna. We just need to pull the plug. So, I guess that's it. I don't know if the periodic table of videos has done anything on ammonia. They may have, because once they've run out of, it started out doing a video on each element, and they pretty much tore through all those. Even though we got some new elements, Tennesseum, in fact, no, Tennessine, not Tennesseum. Tennessine is one of them, named for where I'm going next week. Tennessee. Why would Tennessee get an element named after it? Ooh, we gotta watch the video and find out. But anyway, yeah, time to say goodnight. So that's gonna do it for here. Next week, new format, new name. Keep an eye on YouTube, or not YouTube. Keep an eye on Facebook. And so, quoting the poet, "This is the way the world ends. This is the way the world ends. This is the way the world ends. Not with a bang, but with a whimper." Well, actually, with a good night. Good night. Drive safely.